Okay, so once you have included the category, right? So category and subcategory is kind of a hierarchy, right? So within a category, that subcategory will be there. So what you can do, you can go to the select that slicer visual again, and then you see here, right? Category is already there. So you can include the subcategory. Either you can click add data here, or you can drag and drop from the data also. So subcategory, we will have it from here. So this way, right, we can like in single space itself, we can have both the things, right? One below other. So if you see here, and if I expand the bikes, I will see different kind of bikes, like what are the subcategories. Either you can have two different slicers for this, or within the same slicer itself, using this hierarchy feature, you can have one below another. Okay. So here I can select only like mountain bike and get the relevant information. So you need to select that visual and then add the subcategory below category. Okay, so this is called hierarchy way of slicer. Subcategory is there in the dim subcategory table. English product subcategory and category name. See, this category name we brought using the merge query. If you haven't done it, take the category from category table and then subcategory from subcategory table. That also you can do. If you have the relationship, right, it will work. Subcategory and the each product subcategory. Okay, category name comes first and then subcategory. You can rename it. You can double click and then rename it. Just need to one word. Subcategory first traffic. Update traffic. So whatever we keep inside this reporting area, right? These are called slicers. Okay. And there is another thing called filter. Both does kind of a similar job only, like slicer as well as filter does the similar job, but there is a big difference. Okay. Whenever you want the end user to slice and dice, you keep those field in the slicer. அதான் நம்ம இது உள்ள வைக்கிறது எதுனா எண்ட் யூசரும் வந்து மாத்தி மாத்தி சூஸ் பண்ணணும். இப்போ ஏதாவது ஒரு சப் கேட்டகரி சூஸ் பண்ணி அதுக்கு வேல்யூ பார்க்கலாம். ஆனா இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து இதுல ரெண்டு கேட்டகரிக்கு வேல்யூவே இல்லை. இந்த காம்போனன்ட்ஸுக்கு வந்து வேல்யூ இல்லை. அப்புறம் கிளாத்திங்க்கும் இருக்கு, பைக்குக்கு இருக்கு, அக்சசரிஸுக்கு இருக்கு. ஸோ இப்போ கிளாத்திங்க்கு வந்து சாரி காம்போனன்ட்ஸுக்கு தெர் இஸ் நோ வேல்யூ அட் ஆல். ஸோ ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு see this component at all in my report. So in this case, what you can do, you can expand this filter. Okay. And when you expand the filter, you will see filter on this visual, filter on this page, and then filter on all pages. Okay. So basically, I want to remove this component from all the pages. So what you can do, right? You can bring the product category name into filter on this all pages, and then select all, unselect the component. So in this way, right, in whichever page you go, you will not see that component going forward. This will restrict in all the pages. If I take this slicer to the next page, right, there also it will not be visible. இப்போ இந்த ஒரு பேஜ்ல மட்டும் நடக்கணும் அப்படின்னா you can bring it into the filter on this page. அப்ப இந்த பேஜ்ல மட்டும் நடக்கும், மற்ற பேஜுக்கு போனா அதுல இம்பாக்ட் இருக்காது. இல்ல இந்த ஒரு விஷுவல்ல மட்டும் நடக்கணும் அப்படின்னா you will put it in the filter on visual level. So there are like, this is also one of the important interview question, like what are the different types of filters. One is visual level filter, next is page level filter, third one is report level filter. Okay, it's like filter on all pages is nothing but report level filter. Okay, and there is one more functionality, page level filter. Yeah, all the pages, no, page level filter on the second. So it will go like this: visual level filter ஒரே ஒரு visual மட்டும் பண்றது, page level filter within that page alone, and then report level filter is nothing but all the pages. Clear? So there is one more functionality which we can achieve using the slicer, but we cannot do with the filters. I will show that in the next one. Okay. So let's copy paste this, or we can create one new also. Create one more slicer. Okay. And then put the year there. Okay, create one more slicer for year and make so. And then we will have a trend chart. Okay, this we will keep it close to here. Now, if I select any year, right, the values below are changing for that particular year. Correct. So now let's include a trend chart. ஆகுதா, ஆகணும், ஆக மாட்டேங்குதா, ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இஷ்யூவா இருக்கும். இயர் கரெக்டான டேபிள் இருந்து எடுத்து போறியா பாரு, நீ சேல்ஸ் அதெல்லாம் போட்டல அந்த டேபிள் இருந்து எடுத்து போட. So now I am including the line chart, which is the first chart from the second row. Okay, so this is for basically the trend analysis. And here I am going to include the product start date. And if you see, right, automatically it created the hierarchy because it is a date column. So I don't need day level and I don't need quarter level. So only I need year and month. Okay. So I'm going to visualize couple of things. One is profit, and then so we can go to the measures. So currently, if you see here, right, currently only for 1 year it is showing, but I want to see for all the years. But I want to see the above cards only for 1 year, like whichever year I'm selecting, right? நம்ம எந்த இயரை சூஸ் பண்றோமோ அந்த இயருக்கு மட்டும் கார்டு வந்து ஷோ பண்ணணும். ஆனா எனக்கு இந்த ட்ரெண்ட் அனாலிசிஸ் மட்டும் ஆல்வேஸ் இட் ஷுட் ஷோ ஃபார் ஆல் த இயர்ஸ். ஏன்னா ட்ரெண்ட் அனாலிசிஸ் எனக்கு எல்லா இயருமே எப்பவுமே இருக்கணும். ஸோ இந்த ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷனாலிட்டியை வந்து நம்ம எப்படி அச்சீவ் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னா, we need to select the slicer. Okay, this is very important. Concentrate. Okay, select the slicer, and then in the top you will have format. Click on the format and then go to the edit interaction. Now you can decide which visual should be interacted with this particular slicer. So I can turn off the interaction between this trend analysis and the slicer. So I can turn it off here. Then irrespective of whatever year I choose here, right, only the top row will change, but this visual will not change at all. Okay, so this feature you can achieve only with the slicer. With the filter, right, you cannot say, like if you have a page level filter, you cannot decide which visual to interact and which visual not to interact. But this can be done using the slicer. And this edit interaction is will come in handy in this kind of scenario where you have 10 visuals. Out of 10, only 8 should be interacted with your slicer. Then you keep only 8 like this symbol. So basically you will see two symbols, right? One is this none, another is like filter. So I want others to be interacting, but this should not be interacted. So I turned off by selecting this. Okay. And you should always remember, because people get confused, what they do know, they select the visual and then they try to change in the slicer, but that should not be the way. You need to select the slicer and then you need to do it in the targeted visual. Okay. And you can even try this with like your subcategory slicer also for anything, right? Let's say this subcategory also should not interact with total sales, means I can like select that and then go to this and then uncheck this. Then always like total sales would be like irrespective of the category selector. Like if I select a category here, this total sales will not change. Other things will change. You can see, right? So this is how you play around. But logically, if you think, right, trend analysis should show data for all the years. So we need to remove the interaction between year slicer and the trend analysis. This is called edit interaction. And you need to select the visual and then go to the format in the top. This format option will enable only after you like selecting the visual. Like if you select somewhere outside, right, that format option will not show. So first try to get the year slicer. It's not needed, right? You need to bring like this. You can have a drop down or you can have any kind of slicer. That is fine. Just bring the year slicer and then bring the line chart and then you can go for the edit interaction. If any point is not clear, let me know. I will again explain.